Cam Little after the opening kick. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. We'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Return lanes don't open for him. He stops shy of the 15. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out of bounds, just short of the 35. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for Raiders first. They'll throw it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That one's complete over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's a throw. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before dumping down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Great throw to a nice route and catch to move in the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 42 as this opening drive continues. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. A back who can show off his wheels.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Throwing off the play fake here. Oh, put some heat on this defense. Big game downfield. This is a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders ride the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. A nice return, but what a hit we get at the end of it. They've got 1st down from the 31. Shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. It's a quarter, so about a yard out of that. Tryon Shoyinka gets there to take him down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. throw this one. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. The first carry here for the rookie from the U. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running it now out of the gun. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man. And you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. Able to get this down to the 36. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up an LA first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is first and 10 at the 36. This time it's a passing play. Looking right, he finds him. And they stop him. He's marked out along that 18-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Back-to-back carries here. And the Rovers find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
I get it on first and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll send him up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Rams finish off their opening drive. Cam Little to try the extra points. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Rams start off well to tie things 7-7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. There's a give up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 32. Completed over the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. It was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end.
Well, nothing very fancy just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tie.
Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to win the chains.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Malone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he finds his way up to the 47 before he stops. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 47. He puts some power on a deep one left. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And it's incomplete, and that's it. We got 4th down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to it. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Into a crowd. Intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. He had to put some air under that one to try to drop it in, but that worked to the defense's favor as they get there and pick it up.
Just a touch lower, and he may have dropped it right in the breadbasket. These lob passes are a useful tool, and they look incredible when thrown properly. But there is such a small margin of error between an easy completion and giving the ball away.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Throwing it again on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. He'll throw it. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play. Yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could certainly use the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Back now, pressure on its way. He lofts it deep left. It's another first down mistake. He's intercepted again. Draymond Merrick has it. They're out and set. First and 10. He's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd and 7. Into traffic. Complete. That's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically. I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First and 10, looking to throw. Too much read on that throw. That throws incomplete at the target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down. That's completed out to the right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. The group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, third down. Throwing now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. to take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up and gets it right back for them.
And I'm all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. If you picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. We'll see how you follow that up. These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. Coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. Anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing now off play action. Another tough play for him. Took a shot at the release and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
We've grown up in the backyard with alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and well, they got one of them to move that time. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Running it after the penalty. And they'll make the stop after a small push to the 34. Give him 3 on the toes. It's 4th down coming up. Cam Little now to attempt this field goal. It'll be 51 yards to the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puck through.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
My hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he puts some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
2nd and 8. This one falls incomplete. Blocking that didn't end as an interception. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
3rd and long for him here. That's money at first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. And he'll push this upfield and earn that with 2 set of downs.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Simple dive up the middle. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. up. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 28. They'll check this one down. Complete to the fullback. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. And you're going to be just fine.
From the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Giving it even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. One final shot before halftime. And he will score a touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders will extend their lead as time expires in the half. They'll set up here for the point after. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. Trying the right side. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. So now a timeout for a player who's shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree how what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 34. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He picks up 15 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. From the gun, they get handed off. He's able to drive that final ball. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From midfield now. Short pass brought in.
source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
When you're early batter, give a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure a first down right there.
We set it down for him at the 38. Throwing now on 1st down. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Well, you certainly want those throws to go behind that. Every team can be efficient. Got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
The give here on 2nd. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of navigating that one up the middle.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 16.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And not much more there. He's down at the 15-yard line. Get it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. They'll try and throw it here. This one's gone. And he drives this forward to the 6. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd down. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bottled up at the line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Throwing on 2nd and 6. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception. Neither turnover in the end zone.
That was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw now. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Rams cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
He's throwing for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead. Only a field goal now. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This has been a try, and yet another interception. Cameron Curl has it. And the Rams take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff now to the receiver. And he's able to get this down to the 13. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Pittman, the man in motion left. Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Circus shot at 6 that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going. Get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Doesn't make the connection.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now looking to throw. Here's a moving out. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up and help them down.
It has been such a good day offensively for the Cowboys. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting? Even the best kickers on earth, they'll miss one every once in a while. And it stinks. I guarantee you he wants that one back. But all he can do now is push forward. Short memory. Best kickers always have. And convert the next time around.
Defensive running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he'll get the ball to the 38-yard line before going down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st. They give it to him again. And he stopped. Now we wait to hear what this flag is all about. A gain they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Back to throw. That one's incomplete. Couldn't connect. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. That's a Vegas 1st down.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Play action on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing losing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Ran it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, if you couldn't do it.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return.
With the score, Raiders 21.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
There's heat. That blitz coming off the snap. That QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and they netted some positive yards.
The Raiders going nickel on this 3rd down. Here's the handoff off the gut. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Back to the well again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play, that's a 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They'll run on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Another carry for it. And that short gain is enough. And you set it down.
I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Not by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. with a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Here's the long ball on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle like that, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass runs up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Timeout taken by Vegas. That's in 2nd. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Dropping back to throw. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Rams take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Makes the grab and bounds outside. And he's down. Looks like he made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To the air now on 1st and 10. Cut out left. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders needing 4 points. 2nd and 3 now. From the 39. Taking a big shot for the end zone. That one is incomplete. The man off through the contact. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Now to throw. Mistake, and that one's going to set the coaches off more than almost any other. And now they're going to mark off the yardage. Man in motion here. He'll look to throw it. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
This return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Setting up to pass. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, get down that field and watch these guys throw and catches, I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here he is to throw. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And it's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Where the quarterback's eyes are going. They've got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Could be unfortunate, intercepted. Picked out by Martin Walker. The Raiders make the premature win in this game.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every combination they're trying to throw?
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
It's the King of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. He's going deep this time. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice jump plays you like to see in the NFL before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And the fair catch made here at the 15. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's intercepted. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Now with 8 seconds remaining in the game, they're going to burn their final timeout. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one's cut along the left sideline. What a play. He scores. They get to the end zone on the final snap, and a huge moment wins them the game. So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. The people they make go and dollars they make grow and everything's for show, but I will remain cold and eager. The queen don't talk to the meager, a leader. Who you know in the Zephyr? Been through the trenches, gutter fields and stenches. Gone ball, they filling up the benches. Half-court shooter, spitting from the medulla. Life for the game, they talking like I'm the doula. Nobody want a doula, defend the throne. I'm a dog in the zone and your man's is bones. I don't fear the stones, I flash the paws. Don't be talking to me crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you can never survive her. Streets got a code, couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know, it's the NEC. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. If you don't love me, you must hate yourself. Either way you play with me, you gon' play yourself. Don't be stupid, decide that I'm the same. A new rover and they still ain't got the range. Can't even hang with, doing big things, but the fame ain't changed. Trying to maintain, but your chain can't blame. On a new plane, but your main can't tame this. Same dame, but the rock got bigger. Might buy the drop top, got more figures. Pull up in the lot, still block pop, pop. The posse can spot. Come and go, but I still check. Now I ain't saying I'm the best, I'm just saying that you're not. I got it all, baby, give it everything you got. And arrogant, sitting in the booth, I ain't even gotta lie, cause you know that I'm the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever.
play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a... She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it for shouted, he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. Talk about, now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I copy chromed out, hard talk, career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front yard yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
about them bands. My little Tinkerbell, cause I'm fly as Peter Pan. Yeah, let's go, get some money, they playing. Hopped up out this Cybertruck, my wrist cost a lamb. I'm tired of buying cars to my driveway jam. The neighbors still trying to figure out who I am, who I be. To these weak. They say money talk, put diamonds in my teeth. I be Louis down with Jordans on my feet. Messed up in your yard like trick or treat. You better play your cards right, you better not ever reach. For this chain over here, I underneath. Yeah, I ripped that 5, but I 6 feet deep. Let's go, 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 let's go.
I picked up, let's go. She had too much fun. I think she got too motor in the trunk. Up out the roof. Got a. I think she lost one shoe. Game the truth. I told her, oh my F's, you got the juice. I pulled up at her friend's house and kicked her out the coop. Gave it the boot. Bye bye. Yeah, she. Untamed gorilla. I was born in the zoo. That's why you so rude. Who the is you? I been this way since school. Spent the whole million on one set, it's ocean blue. That's why you so up, cause I pay my dues. Hey,
let's go, 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 let's go,
jail on the big low, where you been at? Mine, everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck, got M&M's in my garage. Quick to crank up on her, you better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players, my folks gon' keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and ratchet, I'm the hood motivation. On top of the world now, they tried to underestimate me. Get 'em glow, them fraudulent, you know you the truth. Get 'em glow, stop overthinking, these can't fuck with you. Get 'em glow, standing on business in these Chanel shoes. Before I let her play with me, I'll go eat some jail food on gang. Glow, stomp a little with some shell toes. Yeah, glow, slapping, rapping, making bail. Yeah, glow, two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, glow, no competition, these stale. Yeah, glow, curving on curving, my layers. Yeah, glow, say they get money, but I can't tell. Yeah, glow, keep running circles around these snails. Yeah, glow, and my bumping up in the jail on the gang, glow.
Operation Westie. What? Put that on my mama. 8 in the process. Trying to tippy-toe through the progress. Tongue-tied when the truth is an object. What's the pros and the cons of this next check? Wasn't nobody round, I was independent. In a 97 bomb with the windows tinted. Heard a bomb got in the party. Who the like this in the party? Them up, them up, them up, them up. I was seeing double in the projects, mad at myself, learn to put it to the side. Mama had to cater for the coupe that we rode after school on the way to Popeyes. And wanna play both sides, it's a red dot, don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot, they can't woo them guys. Round them, 2 of them guys. I'm Paris, I'm France. I thought that I told you I need the advance. Put down your IG and look through my lens. 1 million to grandma, who did I offend? The girl of your dreams to me is a fan. I netted 10 million and did a little dance. I'm f***ing world, I my pants. My Uncle G told me that I had a chance. So then I popped out and did it again. And did it again and did it again. I cannot respect them, where did he begin? Advice from the council, let nobody in. Been swearing through rumors, avoiding the trends. And ducking the loony that come with the shows. I'm grateful to man, he opened up doors. They bung on their tour bus to come and compose. I reach to the stars on my tippy toes. This greatest success where most fold. I tell you my past, that don't get old. But how could you ask? Like I don't be writing my raps. The critics got everyone tapped. You gotta relax. The city where nobody sleeps. Just tap in and that's where I'm at.
On your top 5 tonight. On your what's the name tonight. On your shows ain't tonight. I am the Omega. PG Lane, Rolly Gang, SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. I'm a hold on, y'all playing with me, man. I am the Omega. PG Lane, Rolly Gang, SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been ducking the social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. I'm a prophet. I answer to Metatron, Nick Gabrielle. Looking for a better me. I am a legacy. I come from the 70s. The Al Green offspring. And the melody, the big shot. Wrist on cryotherapy. Soon as I press that button, better get right like the emblem's coming. Us too, when the light he ain't been through nothing. Day free, got at least 1 B in the oven. I'm tripping, I'm triggering, my mental is amazing, brother. Pop off only on occasions, brother. Rich mama know I made it, brother. Go figure, never caught cases, brother. Face it, brother. Gracious, brother. New flows coming, be patient, brother. Show my then take you out of class like a multitask like Megan, brother. 2021 ain't taking no prisoner. Last year y'all up all a listener. Who went platinum? I call that a visitor. Who the backing them? All been falsified. The facts mean this is a vaccine and the game need me to survive. The Elohim, the rebirth. Before you get to the Father, you gotta holler at me first. On top 5s. That album, that single, burn that hard drive. Ain't nobody safe when I come up and everybody that's outside. Who you with? Yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. Let me jump in this. 2 phones, but I only bring 1 in this. 1 daughter, but they all my sons in this. No, getting done in this. I'm scary, I gotta in this. On top 5s. Stop playing, I'm that guy.
Number 2 DM in my. That's cool, that's why.
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Your spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in it, ayy. Mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride the side while bro had to get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? The sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlson if I leave him in the wheel. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like.